What is going on, guys? Good morning. Good morning. It's been a while since we've uploaded on this channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. I literally just woke up and I'm just going to be riffing right now because that's kind of what this channel has always been about. Just chats, like raw talks, and we got some podcasts and stuff happening in the future. Today's topic of discussion: why are all of these YouTubers quitting YouTube? And man, I can't say I haven't been at that point before where I've felt like I've wanted to quit YouTube. And I think as of late, I've felt that more. Personally, I don't have it in me to quit. I have always done this for the love of it, and have never felt, I would feel like I was just giving up on my dreams if I did quit YouTube. But there has been like an onslaught of videos from, I guess, bigger creators on here that I really don't follow, if I'm being completely transparent. I don't really follow any of these people, but they are all quitting YouTube. They have decided that it's been a great run for them and it's time to move on. And I'm just going to sort of give you my thoughts on that and why they're doing it. And I'm just another creator that has felt these certain pressures and struggles, and I feel like I'm probably somewhat qualified to comment on the entire thing. You know, a lot of this I can say for certain comes down to burnout, because these other creators have mentioned that, and I personally have also felt that in the past. Burnout is a very real thing. You know, I've personally been doing it for 6 years. I've felt burnout on numerous occasions. I've felt like I've wanted to quit on numerous occasions, and it is a lot of work. There is a lot of pressure that comes from YouTube and just social media in general. My main YouTube channel has basically turned into my job. So, you know, it started out as a hobby and then it became a job. Where I do have to show up, where I do have to make videos, where the analytics do matter, and where I do have to make a certain amount of money, because that's how I live life. That's how I pay bills. So with that being said, I understand why some of these creators have felt like the passion has sort of left, because all of these hobbies have turned into jobs. And when that happens, it sort of just strips the magic away from what you're doing and what you're creating. And, man, I have felt like that too in the past. It's very important and also difficult to keep the hobby, the flame and the passion of the hobby ignited, so you can continue to do the hobby as a hobby and not make it a job to where you just get stressed out and burnt out. And YouTube burnout is a very real thing, and I think it's easy for people to get there. I look at what I have done on YouTube, and I have a very small channel compared to many of these other creators. Like, we're talking creators who have multi-million views and subscribers, and I'm a very, very small fish in this pond. But I do realize that I have built something that is pretty unique and special that a lot of people haven't built, and a lot of people would kill to have. And so I feel like I owe it to myself and to others to continue to show up and do the thing that I set out to do from the beginning, and not just get complacent because I've already achieved a certain level of like success. I think for me, it's just about being grateful for what I've been able to build and been able to share with other people and call my job. I do get to do the thing that I love, which is creating films and, you know, the cars and everything as a living, which is extraordinary to me. Some of these other creators that are quitting, they are very lucky and fortunate to be in a place where they have so many videos and so many subscribers and so many views. They can retire. Like a lot of these guys, you know, I'm looking at one right now, the Game Theorist. I mean, he has almost 20 million subscribers. This guy is probably making really, really good money. And even if he stepped away now with the amount of videos that he has, he's going to be fine. Like, he doesn't really have to make videos anymore. Like, he'll be well off. Me, not so much. Like, I do have to continue to show up, and I do have to continue to grind in order to make a living with what I do. I understand why these people feel the way they do, because burnout is very real. And, you know, when your hobby turns into your job, it can become stressful. And for a lot of these guys, the job has become like a full-fledged business where you have employees and you have payroll and you have responsibilities and politics are involved, and it can probably get to a point point. Like, I haven't gotten to that point. It's just still me that does mine. I've never outsourced anything on my channel. And I think that keeping it sort of small like that, there's like a ticket of success in there. Not success, but just a ticket to happiness and keeping it, keeping me, passionate and still wanting to do the films and make the videos. Keeping it a little bit smaller like that, kind of, it changes it. And I think that some of these guys, they've gotten so big that it just has stressed them out to the point where they don't want to do it anymore. There's something to be said about when you first start your YouTube channel and you don't have many subscribers, or any for that matter, and you're really not getting any views, and it's like the grind. It's like they say the journey is always more important than the destination, is more enjoyable than the destination. I think sometimes, with the bigger creators, and I've even felt this, you look at the destination where you're at and you sort of get complacent because you feel like you've earned some sort of success, and then you forget how passionate you were during the journey. For me personally, I feel like I have a duty, and I still deeply love what I do. So there would be no reason for me to quit. But again, I can understand and I can't understand why these people would be doing what they're doing. I think also there's a lot of pressure sometimes when you start a YouTube channel and you've done it for a long time, and humans inevitably change every few years. Like, we just want to do different things. We don't want to do one thing forever. And I think some of these people have probably found their niche, and they just are stuck in that thing because it's very difficult to take a YouTube channel and just change it to whatever you want to do. Like, you have to start over. You can't just take the one that you've built up on cars and decide to do personal development. It won't do well, and no one will watch the videos. And that's part of the algorithm. So, with the natural way that humans are with changing and evolving, sometimes you feel like the thing that you started out doing is not the thing that you're meant to do long term, and you sort of just want to flip a new page and just start a new chapter. And I feel like some of these guys probably have gotten to that point where they're just sort of burnt out on the topic that they've done, and they've probably changed as human beings and no longer want to do that. So I completely get it. And I wanted to make this video because, I saw other people putting up their perspectives on this, and I feel like I'm like at a place where I've also felt the pressures of why they feel like this. And I think it comes from multiple directions, but I also feel like I'm at a place where, even though I have obtained some level of success on my main YouTube channel, I am just continually trying to fight and find a way to keep myself inspired and motivated to make the videos that I want to make the way that I want to make them, and continue to keep my audience excited and happy. And yeah, I still think it's important. I would never just like walk away and let it die, but that's just me. I can't speak for other people. I think there are other ways to like pivot content, like obviously, if you're doing one thing and you're no longer interested in that one thing, it's going to be very difficult, but there are other ways to pivot rather than just like walking away and being completely out of the game. But then again, maybe they just got tired of doing YouTube, like just the YouTube thing in general, and they want to do other things. I know some of these other creators had mentioned that they're building other businesses, which I completely understand. And YouTube just isn't that thing for them. It's such a different day and age, right? Because when I started my YouTube 6 years ago, like people weren't really talking about becoming a YouTuber as a job. And now, from what I understand, all of these kids want to become YouTubers when they grow up, which is just crazy, and that goes back to me feeling like I have some sort of duty because I have achieved that, and I should be proud of that and thankful. And I feel fortunate to be able to do that, which it's something that a lot of other people want to be able to do. So yeah, I think there's a lot to unpack there, but I just woke up and I was just having coffee, and I thought, what, maybe some people want to hear my insight on it. I think some of these people might regret walking away. That's what I think. I can't speak for them, but I think about if I were to walk away from my channel and like all of the things that I've built, I think that I would regret it down the road. I think that there's always a way to continue and you can pivot, but I don't think I could ever just like leave it high and dry like that. I think that would be very, very difficult for me. Even after like the small level of success that I've built and the 6 years of doing this, it would be next to impossible. Like I would have to find other ways to keep it going, which I've had to do because I have not always made the same content. And I've always sort of switched it up and tried new things. And my audience is clearly vocal when they don't like what I'm doing. So I try to listen to that. Like I try to put some of these type of videos on that channel and it just did terrible. And so I have to sort of put the stuff that I want to talk about, which is just this and being real with you guys, over on this channel. And then, I have another channel that I do stuff on. So I think that might be the ticket, honestly. Like when I think about it, I have 3 YouTube channels where I put different types of content on them. And that sort of fulfills all of the parts of me that I want to get out creatively and still be able to do. Like this channel doesn't pay me. I just do it because I enjoy it. But all of the other ones didn't pay me either in the beginning. And then they started, it turned into a thing where I was making money. But I still really have a love for that. And I think that when you lose the love for it and that fire goes away, you can get in trouble because that's when you're clearly not motivated enough to continue to do the thing. I think a lot of times that just comes down to boredom. Like if you're just bored and you're not interested in what you're doing, you're not going to continue doing it. You have to be genuinely excited to show up and do the thing that you want to do. So those are my thoughts. I don't know. There might have been some good bits in there, but hopefully you guys have something to add to it. If you do, comment down below. I am going to be adding more content to this channel. We're just going to be riffing. It's going to be very raw like this. I'm not trying to do editing on this one. I'm just trying to keep it very simple and straightforward. And then I'm going to put the podcasts. I have some podcasts that I'm doing with other people. I'm going to put those on this channel as well. Anyways, have a great morning, guys. Appreciate you. See you in the next one. Peace.